What's up everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to the Country Mass channel. I seriously hope you guys have been awesome. Today we're taking a look at the differences between the original Primary Arms Prism Scopes and the new Generation 2 Primary Arms Prism Scopes. I have with me the 3-powered versions, but they do offer a 3-power and a 5-power. But any of the changes made on the 3-power were also made on the 5-power. And any of the things that didn't change also didn't change on the 5-power. But we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm also going to be talking about my experience shooting both of these optics and also some issues I have had with this guy right here. It's not all ponies and rainbows all the time. Things happen sometimes, but we're going to talk about it. So let's start it off with the differences between Generation 2 and the OG. So there were only 3 changes that were made to the Gen 2 Prism Scopes. The first one being the top rail has changed in design as well as how it mounts. It seems to be mounted a little bit more secure as well as also being removable. In the original version, the top rail was mounted down with 1 screw and some glue. But now with the Gen 2, it is fully screwed down with 4 screws. There's 2 on each side. They also changed the design. I think it looks a little bit nicer. Not that it makes a huge difference as far as functionality. You will notice that there are 4 slots that are on the original version and only 3 slots on the Gen 2. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like with it removed, since it is now removable. So I'm going to unscrew these guys and take it off. So that's what it looks like when it's off. This rail piece is actually pretty lightweight. Now that I have it off, I'm not sure if I would necessarily leave it off to save weight, because you're not really saving a whole lot. So me personally, I'm going to be leaving it on there. Another change that they made is giving both calibers, the 5.56 and 308 version and the 300 blackout / 7.6 2x39 version, the modular mount that has the spacer in it. Essentially before, only the 300 blackout 7.6 2x39 version had that spacer. That way the AK guys can remove that spacer and mount the optic lower on the AK platform. But now I think Primary Arms realized there's so many different gun platforms that could shoot multiple calibers, so it's hard to say what gun exactly someone is going to be buying one of these optics for. So they just went ahead and put the spacer on both optics, and I think anytime companies give their customers options, it's always a good thing. The third and final change is these Prism Scopes now come with a lifetime warranty. So the upside to that, it's a lifetime warranty. Who doesn't want a lifetime warranty? It's definitely an awesome change, and I'm glad they rolled that over to the 3-power and 5-power Prism Scopes. But that did cause a slight price increase, and as of right now you can pre-order it for $289. So for anyone tuning in who may not be familiar with the Prism Scopes, and specifically the reticle on the 3-powered Prism Scope, I'll throw up a graphic right here, and you guys can essentially range how far your targets are with this reticle. It has wind leads for you, it has moving target leads, it has a ballistic drop compensation out to 600 yards. That big horseshoe you guys see on the outside of the reticle is really nice for shooting targets up close. And the overall glass on both of these is actually very good. So not a whole lot of changes were made, and that's okay. The changes that were made give the end user options, and options are always good. The changes that weren't made, I think, is okay as well, because these optics have proved to be extremely popular and have a really good track record of holding up. They're extremely rugged, extremely durable. There are a ton of videos on YouTube of people doing some extreme torture tests with these guys, and I've personally been using this one for a while in some pretty hairy weather conditions, and it's held up great. With that said, I did have an issue with this guy. When I was out shooting, I had the illumination on, setting 11, and after shooting for a little bit, I noticed the illumination flickering. I went back to my truck to take a look at it. I turned it off and turned it back on, and the flickering continued. So I unscrewed the battery cap, and the little cup that the battery kind of sits in kind of shifted around. It's a little bit loose, and to be totally honest, it really meant nothing to me at the time until I looked at this guy and it didn't move around at all. So clearly a connection issue. Things do happen. There are accounts out there where aim points and EOTechs fail to turn on. The only difference is when the illumination doesn't work on these guys, I still have a reticle to use because it's an etched reticle. If you have an aim point go out, you have nothing. Fortunately, these guys do have a lifetime warranty, so if something like that ever does happen to you guys, you just hit up Primary Arms and they're going to take care of you. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.